Here tonight on the eve of the first tryout camp for the Dells Ducks. It's been a very busy summer for the coaches, Bill Zaniboni and Jake Hebeisen. It seems like it was kind of the end of the season went right into the next season. I know one weekend you were at the Nationals. The next weekend you both were in Indianapolis at a showcase tournament. Did you feel like you were already in next season mode right away?
Yeah, you know what, to tell you the truth, right after we lost in the hallway, we started figuring out we had to go to the senior tournament down in Oklahoma.
Right.
And, we went there actually before the national tournament. So, yeah, I mean, it's, you kind of want to review the year, what everything that the guys put in and stuff like that. But for us, it's, there's no rest. It's right back at it.
Right.
You got to start rebuilding for the next year.
And was it seemed like it must have been a bit of a benefit this year. Last year you were new to the team. You both spent the whole summer scouting. But this summer you kind of got to do it together. Where last summer you were kind of on your own, it seemed like. And then you sort of compared notes, I think, when you got together halfway through the summer.
Yeah, I mean, it's, I think it's been fun. It helps us with our relationship as a coaching staff and what we're looking for. I let Jake pretty much handle all of the defensive part of the game and what he's looking for in that aspect. And, he usually asks for my opinion and we go from there. But, yeah, it's been fun. And, the best thing about it is if we have to split up, we talk every night when we're, separated, and we figure out what we're looking at, and we got to compare notes. And this past weekend, Jake was in Corpus, and I was with the Sioux, and I think it worked out pretty well for both of us.
Yeah, I think having a full season under our belts now, coaching together, it's a lot easier for me to evaluate forwards and kind of understand what his criteria is, what they need to be as far as a minimum, and then we can start worrying about different roles guys can fill in. But
So when you do handle the defense during the season, I mean, that's sort of your area with the team, but when you're doing the scouting, you're not just looking for defensemen or defensive forwards.
no, I mean usually I try to focus on defense first. I just think it's hard to find
Yeah.
quality defensemen, but I'm always looking for anything. You never know when you're going to find a quality player anywhere. So I mean, I know he's obviously has all the experience with goalies and stuff too, but
Right.
if I see a goalie that's standing on his head, I'll point him out to him and just say, hey, this guy looks pretty good. So
Do you find that you're both pretty much on the same page, Bill?
Yeah, absolutely. I think there's times where we disagree on maybe what a player can bring and what his role that he could fill for us would be. I think that actually makes us a better coaching staff, and it makes our team stronger. And the biggest thing that we don't want to do is put a kid in a bad spot. So if we disagree on it, we take the time to reevaluate everything, and whether it is going to work or it's not going to work, we'll usually always see both sides of it. And I think it's the best for the program that it's actually run that way.
When I looked at the schedule, it seems like the sort of off-season is split into two parts. The first part, maybe up until the Memorial Day weekend, it was just showcase, every weekend a different one. And now you're sort of just starting the second half where you're attending a lot of NA camps, and obviously you have your own coming up, and that's got to be kind of exciting.
Yeah, you know what? The showcases, I think, give us a good feel of kids all over. And, expectations are extremely different at those times. And, I think now with going to North American League, like how Jake and I have kind of set it up where, maybe we can get a couple kids right off the bat at showcases to kind of set us in to what we're looking for. And I guess feel comfortable with where we are right now.
Okay.
And with the North American League, I think it really gets us, a grasp of, sometimes a different caliber of player, start building relationships with those bubble guys that are going to be in August. And that's why it's really good to have so much trust in each other, where we feel comfortable going to different camps on our own, and knowing that what Jake's looking at is something that I'd be happy with, and vice versa.
Yeah, no, I think it's a pretty good setup now, especially, I mean, it's nice to get those couple kids early into the off-season, but at the same time, if we're recruiting kids for Tier 3, we want the guys that are striving to play at the next level, up at Tier 2. So, we want the guys that are putting in the time in the off-season and are looking to get to that goal and maybe fall just a little bit short in some area of their game. Those are the guys that we can pick up in late July and August and go to work with, and hopefully get moved back up.
Okay. Now, at the end of May, you both did get a little bit of a break. I think you maybe had a week off or something. Jake, you got to go back to Iowa. Bill, you got to go up to the UP.
Yeah.
And I mean, do you feel like when you come back from that, like, I mean, really, that's about your only break of the whole off season, probably till about this time next year now. Did you feel like you got charged and ready to go again?
I'll let you go first here.
I think honestly, with the way our season ended, I was never ready for the off season. I've been ready for next season since the last day. So I don't think there's been any really recharging period for me. I'm excited for next season.
Yeah. You know what? I have to agree with him. I think since the loss in the finals, we've been at it, and I think that kind of maybe sparked us a little bit to not want to stop. Actually, it's always nice to kick back and relax and enjoy family and friends, but this is our life, and these kids are our family, and we have to make sure that we're doing the right things for the program and for these guys. So our whiteboards have been marked up at my house, in the office, since the season ended. So, we're going to try to make sure we put a group of kids together with all the same goal. And, the goal is to get better every day and move up. And then, if we strive for a trophy at the beginning of the year, then guys are going to get better, and they're going to get moved on.
Now, it is a bit of a different tryout this weekend with the exhibition games thrown in. I mean, it's beneficial for the players. Obviously, they're getting the maximum amount of ice time, and for you, you're going to get to see them playing in anger, in a situation against an opposing team, and maybe even working some systems and stuff like that. This has got to be like just the best of everything you can hope for in a tryout.
Yeah, you know what? I'm pretty excited about it. I think it's going to be fun for, just to see guys how they gel together. I think that's a big part of it, chemistry-wise. And, ultimately it's to see if guys compete, every day. And, it's going to be long hours, and especially Saturday. I mean, they're going to be on the ice from 9 to 4, and then we get a game at 6 or 7. To see if guys want to, do whatever it takes, I guess, to win. And that's our mentality as a team. We look for guys that are willing to go through a wall every day. So it's going to be fun. It's going to be exciting. And to tell you the truth, I think it's going to be kind of relaxing, because I think the kids are going to play their way in or play their way out. So.
And after this weekend, you rip June off the calendar. You're really down to your last calendar month, and it'll be from months to days at that point until you can be able to see your own camp, which I believe is in late August. But I mean, it'll only be 6 or 7 weeks away, and at that point, I would imagine that you're moving into the sort of at least second or third phase of putting your team together.
Yeah, I think we still got some pieces to look at. We saw a lot of guys that played here last year that. It's still up in the air whether or not they're going to make a North American League team or not. And, we have a lot of loyalty to our guys. And we got to make sure that we don't take their spots away. And I think that's, what we've set out for is about being a family and taking care of each other. And, you can't forget about that in the summertime just because we have a job to do.
Yeah, no, part of the job for the off season is recruiting and everything, but still a lot of it too is working with the guys from last year and making sure they're getting into the right situations with camps they're going to and that they're working out, making sure they're on the right off season programs. So we stay in touch with those guys all the time, and I think, you know, we would hope that they make the next level, but we'd be glad to have anybody back.
Yeah, for sure. So the Ducks will be in action this weekend, both in Bensenville, Illinois, at the Edge Arena, and in the Pleasant Prairie, I believe it's called the Recreation Center, tournament possibly Friday, Saturday, and possibly Sunday. And if you want more information on the team, billeting, sponsorship, anything like that, look on this website for that information. We'll bring you another report after the training camp, and good luck, Bill and Jake, this weekend.
Yeah, thanks, Jimmy.
Thanks, Jim.
Thank you.